Hey there, everybody. This is Sarah Harnish. I'm a Young Living Platinum, and I'm the author of the Game Plan book, the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver, which you can get online at Amazon. Thank you for keeping us on our toes the last 24 hours. I'm just gonna step back and go, oh my word, Team Young Living. Like, you guys are absolutely crazy. Today is day 19. This is boot camp. So if you just popped on, you're like, I have no idea what I'm looking at or who this crazy blonde is in front of me. You found the Oilability Boot Camp, which is completely free, and we're going to leave it up forever. So if you want to send your leaders to the oilabilityteam.com page, we have nothing to gain from you going there. We just want to bless your team. So it's a resource and something that's free that you can hop on and use as a training site for your leaders that costs you absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it's our gift from us to you to show you guys how to be able to rank up and go from the shortest route from point A to point B. We got people on tonight from Australia, Belgium, Germany. We got people in many, many states all across. We got Wyoming, Ohio, Indiana, Texas. It's pretty exciting. So it's good to see you guys all on. Man, am I going to miss you. We only have 1 week left. It's kind of sad. It's going to go quick, but I got some good news on that. I just ran it by my husband. I'm a red personality. He's a green, and so he tells me what my limits are, and then I go past those. I stick my toe right on the edge. I asked him if it would be okay to do a round table every single Tuesday night. We get, I want to say 1,300 to 1,600 questions a day in the account. So if you have written me and you haven't gotten a response back, that's why. I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 children. See, look at what's behind me. Contraptions. We got Kiva blocks up there, our paper bin. There's all the kids' school books. I got all their cores over there, right? We still have our school books laying out from today. There's my instructor's guide right there under my laptop. So I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 amazing children. We call them the Harnish Herd. I'll have you guys meet them at the very end of boot camp. They're 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. My 17-year-old goes for his driver's test in a week. So if y'all are outside New York, you're safe. But that means that I spend like 6 or 7 hours a day schooling my children and not necessarily getting online and answering all those questions. So when I have chunks of time, I just start and plow through them. I do use Sunlight. Yeah, this is our 14th year with Sunlight. We love it. I do my best to keep up with them, but it literally is humanly impossible to answer that many questions. So we've decided we'll do is all the questions will get answered. All of them will get answered. It just won't be very fast. I'm just going to start at the first question and just kind of chug my way through. I get questions in my main Facebook page. I get them in my others folder. I've got hundreds of questions there. And then we get them on this page also. And then you guys are also sending them to the website too. So it's just hard to manage all that. But I see them. If they don't require a response, you may not get one from me, but know that I see everything that you've sent, and it means a lot to me. Your encouragement means the world to me, and I'm so, so grateful. If you have questions, I'm going to do my very best to try to answer those, all right? But I thought what we could do to try to hit a whole bunch of them would be to do a round table on Tuesday nights. I train my team at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays. So I'm willing to get on at 8:30 and for a half hour until you guys run out of questions, pull some from the accounts, answer them live, and just kind of go through sections of the book and stuff with you if you have things that you need a little bit more clarity on. For the sake of sticking to the clock and being respectful to people on the boot camp, it's really hard for me to answer them all live when you guys are throwing them at me. A better way would be just to send them to me, just to email them to me, and then we'll try to hit those on the round table so I can make sure I'm getting all of the content and being respectful of the people that are watching the clock going, okay, she's like way over, right? She's not sticking to her clock, but I want you to know that your questions are valued, that you are valued, that I see your messages. We'll just do the Tuesday nights as long as I need to, Laura. A half hour probably won't be enough, but that's about what I can handle coming off of that and going into another training with my team at 9. So we'll stick with a half an hour on Tuesday night. So just so you know, next week, yes, is the end of boot camp on Friday, and I will miss you all terribly because this has been so much fun for me. But every Tuesday night, I'll get on at 8:30 and I'll answer your questions. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Y'all ready for some oil adrenaline? Tonight, come on, give me some high fives, smileys, hearts, mwah, some love. If you're just hopping on and you're like, who's that crazy blonde sitting there looking at me with all the insane hair? My hairs look like this since I was a little girl. It's not curly. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I've never had curly hair. It's just all over the place. My name is Sarah Harnish. I'm a platinum in Young Living. We're very, very close to diamond. How close to diamond are we? Well, our OGV is about 230,000 and we have 50,000 OGV swings. So 250 is not very hard for us to hit. And we have leg 4 is at 15,000 and leg 5 is at 13,000. So that's how close we are to hitting diamond. So if you guys want to pray over that for us, I will collectively take your prayers. I have no problems asking for a prayer cover. I'm completely unabashed about it. I love it. So please throw your diamond dust at us and pray over us. We're praying we hit it in February. And if we do hit it in February, then it will mean that it was 2.5 years for us to go from our starter kit to diamond. 2.5 years for a homeschooling mom in the middle of nowhere with 0 sales experience, 0 network marketing experience, no friend circles, who'd moved across the country working 40 to 60 hours a week at 4 o'clock in the morning, totally depleted, coming home and homeschooling 7 hours a day, and so I just tell you guys, if there's any doubt in your mind at all that you cannot do this, just look at our story. Look at I had everything against me. Everything. I had no time. I had no energy. I had nothing. I had no money. I had no friends. My friend circles are in Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 30 years. So I had just moved to upstate New York, maybe a couple years before I started my Young Living business. So if you think you can't do this, I'm standing right in front of you and I'm evidence that you can. You can do it. The thing is you just have to want it bad enough so that you're willing to blast through mountains to be able to get to it. Some of you guys are going to have harder mountains to blast through. Admittedly, you will, all right? And some of you, it's going to come very easy to you, and the Lord's just going to open every single door. Sometimes God's got other things for us to learn along the way, and he withholds ranks so that we can learn some things at certain levels. And you know what? That's okay. That's why I keep telling you over and over and over again that your pace doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it takes you 15 years to get to diamond or if you do it in 6 months. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are consistent. You have to be consistent with your business. Consistency is key. Pace is not key. Pace does not matter. Giving up, the people that give up off this boot camp are the ones that are not going to make it to diamond. We have about 5,000 to 7,000 people a night that watch these either live or in the day or so after watching them. Of those 5,000 to 7,000, all 7,000 of you guys have the ability to go diamond. Every single one of you guys do. You just got to get back on the horse every time you get knocked off. That's the difference between a diamond and somebody who has not made diamond yet. Okay, which would be me. I'm falling in that pool with you guys. We're not diamond yet. But that's the difference between us, is the diamonds kept getting back on the horse because everybody's got adversity. Everybody. We had a ridiculous week this last week. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. We had internet issues. My cell phone that was only 6 months old went kaput on me and I didn't have it anymore. My hard drive fried on Saturday morning. I got the blue screen of death. We sent it to a recovery team. They were not able to recover anything. So I lost 6 months of writing off of my hard drive. It's just one thing after another. A massive spiritual attack for 3 hours 2 nights ago that had me up till 3 o'clock in the morning, going back and forth. And so, it's okay. You got to get back on the horse, all right? You got to get back on the horse. I'm not going to stop boot camp because of those things. Whenever you're being attacked, it's awesome. I don't use any hair products. I have no product in my hair. This is just my crazy hair. Nothing. I swear to you, that's just my hair. I use Copaiba vanilla shampoo and I blow dry it. That's it. I have no product. I have no hairspray. I like to live as chemical free as possible. So thank you for asking me about that, though. I appreciate that. I don't know why you like crazy hair, but if you like it, there you go. No product. All right. Where did I leave off here? I want you to know, guys, that you can do this. Okay, you can do this. All you need is a little bit of fight. You just need some fight in you. If you have fight in you, you will get to where you want to go. So I'm the author of the game plan book. This is a boot camp. We're on day 19. It's called The Complete Strategy Guide to Go from Starter Kit to Silver. And if you don't have this book in your hand, go get it. Go get it on Amazon, because I'm just giving you little slivers of what's inside these pages. You're not getting even close to the content in the book. So I'd really encourage you to get it, because when we end this thing, I want you to turn around and I want you to take this book and train 2 of your leaders with the book. And you can't do it if you don't have the book in your hands. So go to Amazon. If you want to bless us, if you like the book, leave us a review, especially on the workbook. We don't have a lot of reviews on the workbook. So if you're enjoying the workbook, it would bless our team if you popped on and left some reviews. 70% of people purchase because of peer reviews. So if you want to pass the torch on to somebody else who's maybe looking at this going, you know what, I'm seeing a lot of good reviews on this online, on Facebook, but it seems a little too good to be true. Tell them your story. Tell them how this book has inspired you and how it's helped you. All right. You can bless us back that way. And then train two to train two. Okay. Train two to train two. I want you to end this boot camp, turn around and go train your leaders, have them get their books, and you work through it with your leaders. That's the whole secret to this thing. It's duplication. It's all duplication. All right. So this is day 19 of 25, and everything's based off game plan. This is an Amazon bestseller. You want to know how bestseller this sucker is? And this is all you guys. This is not a bragging moment. Like, this is seriously all Team Young Living. You guys have bought 17,000 books and workbooks in 3 weeks. 17,000. And just when I thought, like, that was absolutely insane, we put mini up in bulk orders last night. 21,000 orders in 22 hours. 21,000 books. So we've had 17,000 of the other books sold. 21,000 of these books means we sold 40,000 books in 3 weeks. That's why we're at the top of Amazon. Right? I know. I honestly, I swear to you guys, I thought my mom was going to buy this and a couple cross-line friends. Like, we weren't even going to publish this thing. I sat on this for a year. We weren't even going to do anything with it. I was just using it to train my team. Many of you guys have seen the pictures of this book with a little spiral binding that I had done at Staples. I didn't know where this would go. So I'm really, I'm honored. I'm honored that you're sharing this with your teams. I'm honored that it's inspiring you. I'm honored that you're growing and that you've got some new ideas. It's an honor to be able to teach you. And I don't ever take that for granted. So thank you. Thank you for the blessing of being able to watch the explosion across all of Young Living. I know, crazy, insane, Leah. I'm with you too. I did not see that coming. I'll tell you, I did not see that coming. So the oil for the night, because you all always ask me right at the beginning, the oil for the night, I'm focusing tonight on fear, because our whole discussion this evening is going to be on essential rewards and how incredibly important essential rewards is. And the biggest thing that I deal with when I'm training my team on essential rewards is fear. So my favorite oil for fear is bergamot. This is still my number one citrus. I'm a big citrus fresh lover. I love citrus fresh, but this is still my favorite citrus oil. I love bergamot. I could bathe in this. I could take this with me everywhere. I wear this as perfume. I just love this oil. So bergamot is great for fear. Other oils for fear, clary sage, believe it or not, very, very good fear oil. Cypress. Oh man, cypress trees. These are great. Cypress. They believe that this tree might have been the gopher wood mentioned in the Bible that made Noah's Ark. Is the cypress tree. They believe. I think that would be really cool. Also, the doors on St. Peter's Cathedral, 1,200 years old, made out of this wood. 1,200 years old, show no signs of decay. It's pretty amazing. Other oils for fear, hope. This is actually one of my favorite emotional oils. I think my top emotional oil that I really like is 3 Wise Men. Right behind that is forgiveness and then hope. I really, really like hope. For business building, my favorite is highest potential and magnify your purpose and Ula Grow. Those 3 for building businesses and just explosion. I love them. But hope is really good also. And then the last oil for fear tonight that I really like is Idaho Balsam Fir. Also very good. So if you just have a spirit of timidity and you're a little nervous about approaching people, especially about essential rewards, bergamot for fear. I know it is interesting, isn't it? It works. It really works. It's awesome. Use those. And then the other one I want to tell you too, this little sucker right here. Oh my word. So fear is an issue with essential rewards, and then hustle. Sometimes y'all are so busy out there teaching classes, you're not actually doing follow-up with your teams, which, by the way, that would be me. Remember, I told you wrote the book around all the mistakes that I made. So one of my favorites for hustle is Excite. I love the Excite blend. Absolutely. If you have not smelled it yet, it's kind of a mix of cinnamon and citrus. It's those two together, cinnamon citrus smells. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful oil. So I love that one for hustle. I get that thing going in my diffuser, and I get my Brit Nicole going, and I'm jamming and I'm just hustling. I get my hustle going. The louder the music, the better, right? So this is a pretty short chapter, and we're going to keep it relatively tight tonight. I've only got 3 pages of notes, so I'm going to fly through it really quick. I got a couple of quick announcements for you, and then we'll jump right into the material. The Audible book. Did you guys see the information on the Audible book up there? I will tell you, it was harder to make the Audible book, which is the audio recording of game plan, than it was to write the game plan book. It was harder to get that version than it was for the game plan. Can I speak to your heart for just a moment, just a second? Your brain has many different parts, and there's many different ways you have of learning. Some people learn by reading and highlighting and writing it down. Other people are audio learners. I'll tell you, even if you're a kinesthetic learner or you're an audio learner or you're a visual learner, everybody benefits from audiobooks. everybody. So it's a different way of learning. It trains your brain differently. So things you get in the book, you're going to get completely different when you listen to it. Like things you didn't, like you could highlight the whole book and write notes on the entire thing, and you'll pop the audiobook and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I totally missed that. Like, how did I miss that? It uses a different part of your brain. So you're not studying with the same section and region of your brain when you're studying with an audio version. The other thing too is, I've been a news anchor for 18 years. So I like getting up close to that mic and just whispering in your ear and just talking to you. So it feels like I'm your personal coach doing this. I mean, I got right up close to that mic and I just spoke directly to Pam and to Karina and to Sherry and all the people that are on here and to Babette. I spoke directly to you. I've been anchoring news for almost 2 decades. So of all the versions, this is my personal favorite because I feel like it's one-on-one, like I can really connect with you in that environment, because that's where I feel alive, is in front of a microphone. So if you really want a personal way of connecting, I would really recommend that you grab that book. Even if you already have the book, I'd recommend you get it. Another perk to having an audiobook is you can train anywhere. So if you're driving, if you're traveling for classes, you can pop it in. I keep no less than 80 or 90 CDs in my car and listen. You can listen to it off of your phone. You can listen to it in your home while you're doing dishes. We have people doing that because Audible is all accessible by your phone. It's digestible media from cell phones. So it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's going to be on iTunes, Apple iTunes. It'll be on Audible. It'll be on Amazon. Okay. So look for it. I'm hoping it could be tomorrow, but I'm hoping within 2 days we'll have it up. We had 70 hours of recording and editing on this. Judy Nobles just got on, and Judy is the one that I recorded the audiobook for. But we had 70 hours in studio. I mean, many 20-hour days over and over and over and over again. Very little sleep. New Year's Eve, I was sitting there working on the audio, watching the countdown while I was sitting in studio, and I'd been there for like 17 straight hours doing it. Editing. It's not 70 hours long. It took me that long to edit it. This is, but it was a labor of love. And then we sent it to Audible and it got rejected. And we sent it again and it got rejected. And we sent it again and it got rejected. And it was 5 weeks back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it was a real labor of love, and it should be up very, very soon. So watch for that edition. Share it with your teams. Train them to train their brains. So the benefit of doing this is maybe you do boot camp with them and then they walk away from game plan and they forget some of the things in game plan and they're not training themselves. This is a way for them to continually train themselves over and over and over again, continually train themselves. Maybe you see mistakes that they're making that they were trained in the boot camp and they're forgetting it. That's where Audible comes in, because they're continually training. All right. They may not go back and revisit the book constantly, but if they've got that Audible on their phone and they're listening to it when they drive and they're just regurgitating the information, it's going to stick in their head. So I really recommend that you grab that edition of it specifically. You cannot highlight your book while you're driving. You will crash, and it's against the law. Okay? But you can listen to it on Audible. So that's coming. It's coming. It's so close. I believe that edition is the one that's going to go all the way to number 1 on Amazon. But you guys got to share it if we're going to have that happen. We've made it to number 4. I want to see it go past Donald Trump. I do like Donald Trump, but I just want him to go. I wanted to go past. I have respect for our president, but I'm very competitive. All right. Game Plan Mini. Thank you. 21,000 books. Oh my word. Oh my word. Why would they reject it? Levels, volume. They wanted half-second silences in the beginning and end of everything. They didn't like the intro. They wanted it re-recorded to have a different close. Some things couldn't have music under them. Like, it was just over and over. And then we finally got it all back, and they wanted 41 more things changed on Monday. And I was a puddle on the floor crying because it had been 4 weeks, and we pushed through it and we got it up and it got accepted today. So, whew. The 101 has not been edited yet because we have been all Game Plan Mini. All Game Plan Mini. That is out. Mini is done. I'm going to try to start tackling the 101 audio on the site this weekend. Okay. That is a number 1 priority for us, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So, what else do I want to tell you about? Let's see. Game Plan Mini. Oh yeah, Tuesday night roundtables, because we hit it all. Audible book, Game Plan Mini is up. You guys heard the announcement last night, 100 book orders. And then the roundtables will start not next week, but the week after boot camp is over at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Only on Tuesday. So, quick question. I had the Adamo family say, hey, we're doing training with our team, and some of our leaders are coming to us saying they're having a hard time getting 3 people to go into their event and invite 50 people to their classes. Like, they're having a hard time with that. First of all, let's talk about the logistics of what that looks like. That means that somebody goes into a Facebook event, they click invite friends, and they go down their list and just click the check boxes and hit invite. It's literally 30 seconds of work. It's 30 seconds to go in and just click invite invite friends, and then walk away. That's it. That's all you're asking your friend to do. So if you're not able to do that, I would say we're going to go back to that spirit of timidity. When I approach somebody and I ask them, hey, I'd love you to support my family business. Let me give you some ideas on how I approach people and ask them how to do that. I'll contact them and say, hey, this is my small business. This is how I support my family. This is how I put food on my table. I know you love our family. I know if we had a storefront in downtown Hokey Poke, USA, that you would come into that storefront and you would buy socks for your kids because you love me and love my family and you want to support my business. So the best way you could do that for me is to take 30 seconds and go in and invite 50 people to this event. And that is the equivalent of putting it on your Facebook page, of sharing with your neighbors, of walking into my downtown store if I had one. By you going in and doing that, you have just blessed my family. So, put the ball in their court by appealing to their sense of family and friendship. Is usually, yep. And if you will go in and invite 50 people, I would be honored to make you a peppermint roll-on. I would be honored to give you an out for your job. Game plan, Minnie, right? Your game plan. I would be honored to put resources in your hands. I would be honored to oil you up. All right. I would be honored. Do I do giveaways on Facebook classes? Yeah. Yeah, I do. All right, into the training for tonight. So that's what I would do. I would say it's just timidity. And let me give you guys a Bible verse tonight. This is a really well-known verse, but it's one that I rely on a lot, especially when I get chicken feet, which, by the way, I do get chicken feet a lot. Do not think that because I'm talking to you guys on Facebook Live that I don't get scared. The minute somebody said, oh, I can't wait till somebody invites you to speak at convention next year, I went, like, there's a difference between talking to you guys online and standing on that stage. That's a few more people. One of my life verses is Philippians 6-7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And I love the second half of the verse. It says, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. So when you pray over your fears, God gives you peace. That's basically what it means. So if you're in a place where you're anxious and you're nervous and you're scared and you're facing fear and you're uncomfortable, God's waiting for you to talk to him. It's very simple. It's very easy. Just talk to him. All right. Say, hey, Lord, I'm really struggling with this tonight. I want to ask my friend, but I can't. I feel like I'm like crossing the boundaries of my friendship. And God's going to say, you know what? I've already been there in your business and I've already got this. Now I'm going to give you peace and you're going to anoint yourself with a little bergamot and go talk to that person. All right. And go talk to them. So, all right. Okay. So today we're going to talk specifically about essential rewards. And the title of this chapter is The Key to Reaching and Maintaining Rank. Are you a leader? I want you to think through this for a little bit. Are you a leader who has to restart every single month? Every month, you feel like you're just not moving forward. You're kind of stuck where you are. Do you cry when your OGV resets to 0 on the first of the month every single month? Do you just like sit there in tears and get overwhelmed and sad? If so, this might be the part of the game plan book that saves your business. Okay, this might be the part that saves your business. You cannot hit diamond or platinum or gold without this very critical piece to your business. It's critical. Essential rewards. That is why I got you wearing bergamot, to get you over your fear of talking to people outside of a class setting and excite for a little bit of your hustle. And I'm not just talking about you making contact and getting your personally enrolled on essential rewards. I'm talking about you training your team to do the exact same thing. It can't just be all you all the time. It can't be all Sarah all the time or all Anita all the time, right? Yes, this is chapter 19. You got to train your leaders to be able to do this as well. Otherwise, you're going to be up a river with no paddles in your hands. And that's bad. Very, very bad. Here's the fact. You can get to silver on your own. You could do it. You could totally do it by yourself. You can find 2 friends that are going to spend 100 PV a month. You can sell 40 kits under one. You can sell 40 kits under another. You can build your PGV and you can do the entire thing all by yourself. Okay. You could do it alone. Your pin is going to show up in the mail. You're going to get to enjoy the silver retreat, knowing that you literally earned every single drop of that retreat single-handedly. Y'all are high-fiving me, but that's not a good thing. Okay. It's not a good thing. That tactic of you doing it all by yourself will never work for you to get to gold. And it's not even going to work for you to maintain silver. You're going to slip back. You're going to lose it. You're going to lose rank. For that, you need groundwork. You need a foundation, and you have to have a team. You have to have a team to be able to do a Young Living business. It cannot be just about you out there running your business by yourself, all right? It's got to be the team that you assemble around you. I don't want you or the hardworking leaders on your team unable to rank because because they're reordering the same 1 or 2 items every single month at 50 PV. Oh, well, I know about the Thieves Foaming Hand Soap, so I'm going to reorder that every month. Or I know about Thieves Cleaner Laundry Soap, so that's what's going to go on my order every month. And for a year, they just ordered 50 because they have no idea. They have no idea what they should be ordering. After a year, because of my lack of following up, I was losing 130 people a month, every single month. Because when they sign and get a kit and then they don't order anything, after 12 months, they drop off your team. They literally disappear. They're not part of your organization anymore. To go active again, they just have to spend 50. There's no fee or anything like that for them to reactivate their account. They just got to get on and spend $50. But they disappear from your downline until they do that. So now I'm losing more like 200 people a month as we sit on the cusp of diamond. Now, thankfully, we're adding a lot more than 200 people a month, but it can get very discouraging seeing all those people dropping off. So if your distributor orders a kit and then never orders again, it's up to you to touch base with them. What happens when that happens? When you're out there and you're selling kits like crazy, and then you don't touch base with them? What is the next thing that happens? You plateau. All right, you plateau, and it's not necessary. That doesn't have to happen. All you've got to do is educate them. You got to give them ideas. Don't be so timid to touch base that you lose your business. People come to you for a reason. They're coming to learn about oils. So talk to them. A strong team is going to have 30% on Essential Rewards. A very strong team in Young Living that's growing and healthy and thriving will have about 30%. About 1 in 3 people-ish are going to be on Essential Rewards. That's a good number. So, and you might have a lot more than that. All right, but that's the baseline that I try to go for, at least that or higher. If you're a star or a senior star, I like to see that number closer to 50% because you're just starting your organization. As your team gets larger and larger and larger, it's going to be harder to maintain 50%, but 30% is a really good ratio. Jaisi says that 50% of her team is on ER. That's amazing, amazing. And that's one of the keys too. A lot of people say, well, how do I get them on Essential Rewards? Supplements. Supplements is like the easiest way because they're going to reorder again and again and again and again. It might take you 6 months to go through your Thieves Cleaner, but you're going to use Ningxia every month or sulfurizyme every month. I'm on 33 supplements a month that I take sporadically. You know, I take sulfurizyme, I take alkaline with every meal. You know, so I'm on Essential Zyme before I go to bed. I'm on Life 9 constantly. So 38% is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see where I left off. It's about the same ratio of people that get kits that come to your classes, the 30%. So if you have 10 people in your class, usually standard network marketing numbers are 25 to 30% will end up getting a kit, and it's about the same for ER. So if you have numbers that are 38% or 50%, you're doing a fantastic job talking to people. Fantastic job touching base. The exception to that is if your classes are very small, then we tend to have much higher ratios of people on Essential Rewards. John and I were silver in 1s. We hit gold in 5 months after we hit silver. We hit platinum 8 months after we hit gold. And we're on track to hit diamond 2.5 years after getting our starter kit next month. But we sat at platinum for quite a while, a lot longer than we should have, And I'm convinced that the entire reason that we sat there so long and didn't rank up to diamond with all of the other golds and platinums that were with us at the same time was Essential Rewards. That's why it was ER. I'm convinced that you can't hold a diamond ship solidly unless your Essential Rewards base is at 200,000 or very close to it. Okay, you need to have that level to be able to maintain a diamond ship. And same thing with silver. You know, your ER has got to be up higher to be able to maintain a silver ship. So I didn't train my team to do good follow-up. That's why we didn't have a lot of people. We had 20, 25%, but we were losing people like crazy. And it was because I wasn't training them how to do it. It's so incredibly important because I wasn't doing it. If I'm not doing it, then I'm not training my leaders to do it. I was signing kits left and right. I've got about 400 personally enrolled in 18 months. So I was signing them constantly, but I wasn't touching base to get them on Essential Rewards. It's really, really important that you do that. If you wait till silver to establish that pattern of touching base with people and getting them on Essential Rewards, you're going to sit at silver for quite a while. You're going to get stuck at that rank, or you'll get silver or you'll get gold, and then you're going to lose it over and over and over again. You're going to be the one that gets a silver, loses a silver, gets a silver, loses a silver, gets a gold, loses the gold. The reason that happens is because of Essential Rewards. That's the reason. Okay. That's the reason right there. So, let's see where I left off. It's because your path there was not solid and it wasn't organic, based on relationships and based on trust. It was based on really quick sales and moving to the next person. And that's not good. That's not good. You always want to establish that relationship with the person. So how do you educate compliantly? It's probably one of the top questions that I get from people. Here's the reality. If they don't respond to your email about essential rewards, they didn't drop off the planet. You did. You did. You're not using a good method to be able to connect with them. My favorite way of connecting with people is face-to-face. I'm really, really big on face-to-face interaction with them, meeting them for hot cocoa, having lunch together, having them come over and try some oils out of my kit that they don't have, showing them when they get their kit how to use their diffuser. Okay. The secret is all in the essential rewards and that face-to-face relationship. Sending a text doesn't cut it. Sending them a Facebook message doesn't cut it. You can drop ideas via email. You could drop ideas via snail mail, but I really believe that the value in holding somebody on essential rewards is in face-to-face interaction and connection with them, whether it's a phone call or in person or online through a Zoom where you're talking to them if they're on the other side of the country. Whatever it is, it's one-on-one time with them to bond with them and show them how to use the oils and give them some ideas. All right. Some of your ER is going to happen organically as your team flips through the catalog and their eyes land on Thieves laundry soap. I want to tell you though, maybe the reason you're having a hard time getting people on ER is because you're not using the most effective system to connect with them. People will tell me, well, Sarah, I am doing follow-up. I sent out 2,600 email messages last month and I only got one person on essential rewards. How are you building a relationship when you're doing that? You're sending out 2,600 email messages. Pick 5 people, connect with them, and you're going to get better results, than the one that you got on ER. So look at the ways that you're sharing. Maybe it's not effective. All right. Maybe it's not effective. Zoom is very, very effective if you got people on the other side of the country. Absolutely. So look at the ways that you're sharing with people and see if you're getting results from those ways. And if you're not, then maybe it's time to switch it up a little bit and do things that will focus on that personal relationship with them so you can get your ER numbers a little bit higher. Do you know how red I am? Let's talk about giving people ideas for essential rewards. I was up last night and we're almost diamond. Let's see if I can find my book here. Oh, here it is. I was up last night. Oh, is it in here? Yep, here it is. You guys are going to crack up. All right, so, you all know I got a lot of oils, and we got oils in every room of the house, right? I was sitting up last night, going through the Young Living Virtual Office, making a list of all the oils I hadn't tried yet, and all the products. You guys see that? We're almost diamond, and look at how many things I haven't tried yet, right? Different oils that I haven't played with. So I'm constantly making lists and giving people ideas and handing things out and say, oh my gosh, you got to smell this one. This one's amazing. You just got to play with it. I put a new thing on my ER order every single month and just see what I like. My fun stuff this month was the Vitality. I just ordered most of the Vitality oils, used all my ER points I'd saved up for a couple months, and I'm just going to put them all over my stove and just play around. Ooh, let me do a plug here. Well, I'm doing that because I know he's on. I'm pretty sure he's on. Let's see if I've got it. Oh, I do have it. So this is a book. One of the neat things about writing a book is you befriend a lot of authors. So here's one of my new author friends, Jason and Brittany Pilkington, right here. They wrote an entire book on how to use the Vitality oils. Isn't that awesome? And the recipes are good too. I'm a foodie, which means I've been a chef, unofficial chef, but I'll be in my kitchen for hours cooking weird stuff. And this is a great book. It's called A Chef's Guide to Cooking with Essential Oils. I've already flipped through and looked at all of the recipes in here, and he's playing with some really rare Vitality oils that you may not even have used before. And there's some very, very good recipes in here. So please check it out. I'll put a link to it at the top of the page, just so you got a copy of it. But, some of it just comes down to playing with stuff. All right. Yeah. And he actually is a chef. I'm not. He is. I'm an amateur. But I was flipping through and the recipes were fantastic. They're really good. They're ones that you actually would try with your family. So there's a plug for their family. So back to it on how you share things with the people and give them ideas. Just show them what you're doing. Show them what you're using. Some of it's going to happen organically, but most people are going to need your nudge to be able to know what they're going to order. They need ideas. They have the kit. They believe in the oils because you have passed that to them, but they don't know what the next step is. They get stuck at that step. So it's just as critical that you touch base with these people as it is that you're teaching classes. It's just as critical that you're touching base with them. So remember, there's only 3 things that grow your business: teaching classes, following up, and training leaders. Only 3 things: teaching classes, following up, and training leaders. This is step 2. This is absolutely essential, absolutely essential. So to make it easy on you, the Oilability team has developed a few tools. It's going to make it a little bit easier for you guys to share to help get people on essential rewards. So 2 tools we have. Number 1, the accountability worksheet. Has anybody checked this out? In the back of the game plan book, I've told you that the game plan book is absolutely loaded loaded with scripts. But this is a script that gets missed a lot in the back of the book. Right here. It's called the Accountability Worksheet. It is Appendix K in here. Not only that, but we put this little bugger up on the oilabilityteam.com website. You can download it and print it back to back as well, so that you just have it in one spot, so you don't have to photocopy it out of the book. But let me just run through this worksheet with you. It gets you to plot out your business so that you know exactly what you're doing month by month, all right? Part 1 is classes. So the rules are, for the accountability worksheet, you find a partner, you print it out by the 25th of each month, which is yesterday. So you guys got to do this today, all right? Print it out by the 25th of each month, and then you touch base with your partner once a week. Just real quick, we do this all over the Oilability team. We're constantly checking in with each other. So the 3 things to grow your business: holding classes, follow up, and raising leaders. This chart hones in on those 3 things and helps you set tangible goals to keep you accountable. So part 1 is classes. And I have a sheet that you fill out, and you actually put the dates in of when your classes are going to be. I told you you need to be doing 4 to 6 classes a month if your goal is to hit silver in the next 6 months. That's the volume you need. It's 2 hours a week of a commitment, 2 hours. So you work 40 hours at your full-time job, and then you commit 2 hours to teaching your class and doing follow-up. If you can do that, every single person that is a silver on our team did it in 6 months using that model. 100%. We have 100% success with this. So 4 to 6 classes a month. The dates of the class is scheduled, and I've got lines on here. You put down when all of your classes are. You put the dates, and then as you hold them, you see those check boxes, you cross them off, just showing that you held the classes. All right. And then the second part of this is the business benchmark list for the month. I like to know my goals, go where I'm going. So how much OGV growth am I wanting for this month? You fill it in. How much leg growth am I wanting on leg 1, leg 2, leg 3? This month I'm focusing on these legs. This month I'm working with these leaders. And so you put the names of the leaders on. Remember, touching base with your leaders and doing leadership training. You put the names of the leaders right there, and then you put the dates that you touched base with them. It could be a quick text. It could be, something quick on Facebook where you're just talking with them. I was up at 4 a.m. connecting with one of my silvers this morning. So then the third part is raising leaders, and I give you a whole list of ideas that you can do to connect with your leaders that month, and then you put down 3 things that you did that month. Part 4 is follow-up goals, and I've got accountability for follow-up, and then part 5 is having set business hours. So this is an amazing worksheet. If you're filling this out with the leaders you're connecting with the follow-up that you're doing, with the classes that you're having, you're going to stay on track, and you're going to know where you want to go. You're going to know what your OGV goals are. You're going to know which legs you're working with, so you're not working off on these legs instead when you need to be working on the ones in front of you. It's very targeted, specific, focused growth. Okay, very targeted and specific. So I hold myself to this worksheet. I print it out every month. On the 25th, I print the next one out. I get my classes scheduled, and bam, bada bing, bada boom. So I want you to know I'm not expecting you guys to do anything that I don't do myself for my own business. I hold my leaders to these worksheets. We have accountability partners. We check in with them. I was up at 4 a.m. because I anchor news. So when I fill in, I was in this morning working on some stuff at the radio station. So that's why I was up. My body just does it because it's been doing it for 18 years. So the 3 things to grow your business: teach classes, follow up, train leaders, and now you have a sheet to keep yourself in check. So if you don't want to photocopy it out of the book, we got a nice printable version under free stuff at the oilabilityteam.com website, and you can just print it off each month. You can print it back to back, and it's 1 piece of paper. It's really nice, and I'll just stick it in my planner, and I keep it with me so I know what my goals are and I know where I'm going. I'm a minimalist. I like stuff to be small, tight, concise, and I know where I'm going. So that's the tool 1, is accountability worksheet. Don't lose that thing. Use it. It works really, really well, especially the greens. The greens are going to go crazy for that worksheet. Tool 2 is the ER graphics under free stuff on the website. So if you go to oilabilityteam.com and you're on the website, we have a button called free stuff. And if you scroll down, we have 12 graphics. So a year's worth designed for 50 PV. We have 12 graphics designed for 190, 12 graphics for 250, and 12 graphics for 300 to give you ideas. So month 1 at $50, we've got $50.25 for thieves cleaner, thieves foaming hand soap, toothpaste, and hand sanitizer. Bam, $50. Okay. Maybe you're doing the tour of Young Living at, let's see, let me scroll down, 190 PV. So at 190 PV, I focus on kids. For the kids, sorry, this is a $60 one. We got the bath gel, the shampoo, toothpaste. It's awesome. It's awesome. We got another one called Get Cleaning that's $50 with the laundry soap and the thieves cleaner, $50.75. So it gives you all these ideas, and I just shoot them out. We have one, Support Your Immune System, the complete bathroom kit for $192. So the 190 PV, you can literally throw everything out in your bathroom bathroom and revamp your entire bathroom with one ER order. So send in these images. These are free for you guys to use. We put them up on the page. Just click on it, save it to your computer, and send it out to your teams. If you're a leader, put it up on your business pages and say, hey, this is what we're going to focus on this month. I want you guys to contact your people that are not on Essential Rewards and give them some ideas. Yes, we are working on the graphics without the Oilability logo as well. We had them made up for our team, so we just put them up on the site so that you guys had them quickly, but we're working on doing non-Oilability ones also as well for you guys, all right? But that's another resource that you have as well that's completely free. It's up on the website, and we're just sharing some of our team stuff with you. Both are free online, so you don't have to copy it out of the book. So here's the layout of what my month looks like when I'm doing follow-up with people. The last week of the month, which is this week, by the way, I'm scheduling all my classes for the next 4 weeks. So who out of here wants to see results from boot camp? We're getting to the very end of boot camp. Who wants to see results from boot camp in February? Like, you want it. You're going for it. You're in. What I want you to do is tonight, print out the accountability worksheet and get your classes up online. Get 4 classes scheduled, get your banner up, and ask 3 different people to invite 50 people and start the marketing on those classes. Give it at least a full week of marketing, right, to make sure that you're a week ahead of it. You should be doing that the last week of the month for the next month. You don't ever want to be putting your events up 3 days before your event. So this is the week you should be marketing for February. This is the week. If you want to see huge results in your OGV next month by getting your 4 to 6 classes on, this is the week that you get those classes up. So print off your accountability worksheets and get your 4 to 6 classes on the web, on Facebook. Like, get them up there. All right. Michelle says, I did it. It works. It does. I swear to you, it works. It works really, really well. So the last week of the month, I'm scheduling all my classes and I'm getting them marketed. I'm getting people, bodies in those classes. The first week of the month, so starting next Monday or so, that's when I do all my mailings and my follow-up from the month before. So I'll sit down, I'll go through all the people that came to all my classes. I'll mail stuff out to them. If they got the starter kit, I mail them one thing to get them on Essential Rewards. If they don't have a starter kit, I'll mail them something else to get them interested in the starter kit. Maybe I'll mail them the 101 audio. You guys have free permission to copy that on CDs or on thumb drives and send it out to people. That's up at oilabilityteam.com. So I'll get all my mailings done where I'm touching base with everybody. I do it in all one fell swoop. And then the rest of the month, I'm holding classes and I'm training leaders. Holding classes, training leaders. What graphic marketing do you use? We have a graphic designer on our team, so she does a lot of stuff for us, and we're really blessed. Whenever she does stuff, I'll just throw it up on the team page so you guys can have it for free too. So care packages, what do I send out? We're focusing on Essential Rewards tonight, so I'm going to talk specifically about what I send out on Essential Rewards. I like Jordan Schrant's welcome books or miss you books are really great. You can find those at purposemeetshustle.com. I've talked about it on quite a few boot camps. It's totally compliant. I'll put one of my lectures on CD or DVD. You can copy the audio 101 as many times as you want. We'll be updating it hopefully tomorrow. I'll put a sample of something that's not in their kit. So maybe a little Thieves cough drop or a little sample of Cool Azul pain cream that they can try. I'll put a graphic in there that explains Essential Rewards. 10% off the first 4 months, 20% on month 4, 25% on month 25. I'll put that in there. And then I do a handwritten note with all the promos for that month and why chemical-free living is so important. So important, all right? They've got to know what the promos are that month. So you want a sense of urgency, and the way you get urgency is you say, this is what you'll get for free from now till the end of the month, all right? So you can create that just by putting a handwritten note inside their packages. So what if that doesn't work? We'll call them and touch base. What's the reservation? Why are they holding back? Maybe they can't afford $300, so tell them they only have to spend $50. That's only $12.50 a week. That's very doable. Maybe they fear the idea of auto ship. They're afraid that it's going to come out of their account every single month. Tell them that they're going to spend that money in other places. So they're either going to use their bright blue dish soap that's poisoning their family, or they're going to switch to Thieves dish soap instead that has no garbage and no chemicals in it. They can change it every month